While fewer than 1% of the tests are coming back positive, it's a drastically different story in other parts of the country. Today, the number of states affected by Governor Lamont's travel advisory nearly doubled. Take a look at this map. If you or someone you know is traveling to or from any one of these 16 states, you are asked to quarantine for 14 days when you get back to Connecticut. Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Matthew Campbell is live at Bradley Airport now. Matt?
Yeah, Dennis, the governor would like to see testing added to places like right here at the airport, and that could include airports from some of these destinations as well.
I can tell you that flights are down and passengers are down since our quarantine is put in place, so there are fewer people coming from the most infected parts of the country to Connecticut.
But today, the number of states added to the quarantine list have nearly doubled. It now includes big vacation destinations like California and Nevada.
If you have 10% or more of your people testing positive, we consider you at a high risk. Right now, the last few days, we've been less than 1%. So there's a real incentive not to have highly infected people coming into our state.
That's the governor's logic behind the quarantine request. A state is added to the travel quarantine if 10 per 100,000 or 10% of the total population test positive on a 7-day rolling average.
I guess if you're coming from a state where the numbers are high, I agree, yes.
Tricia Rourke is returning to Baltic from Indiana, a state where passengers are not being asked to quarantine.
I'm feeling pretty healthy, but I don't know. I'm not really sure if I would or not.
The state is not enforcing the quarantine. Officials are trusting people to voluntarily comply. To make it easier on passengers, Governor Lamont wants to weed out the people who will actually need to be quarantined by having testing done at airports.
I was talking to the president of JetBlue just today about how perhaps they could test in Florida before somebody infected even gets on the plane. Then they have a certificate when they arrive here.
After seeing what's going on right now everywhere, I guess it has been a good thing. But I am ready for things to start reopening more and more. I don't really like this feeling that I can't go anywhere.
So the quarantine list is expected to be updated weekly, but as we just saw, it took 6 days before a handful of other states were added to that list. But a bit of good news. Massachusetts just lifted its quarantine request on people coming from Connecticut today. That is the latest. Live here at Bradley, Matthew Campbell, Channel 13 News.